Hi, my name is Alexa Husseini Chaya and I'm going to talk about air pollution and its effects. Well, air pollution is a mixture of natural and man-made substances in the air we breathe. It is typically separated into two categories: outdoor air pollution and indoor air pollution. Outdoor air pollution involves exposures that take place outside the built environment, and some examples include fine particles produced by the burning of fossil fuels like coal or petroleum used in energy production, noxious gases that are like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide, chemical vapors, etc. Ground level ozone, a reactive form of oxygen and a primary component of urban smog, and tobacco smog. Now, indoor air pollution involves exposures to particulates, carbon oxides, and other pollutants carried by indoor air or dust. Examples include gases, carbon monoxide, radon, etc., household products and chemicals, building materials like asbestos, formaldehyde, lead, etc., outdoor-indoor allergens like cockroach and mouse dropping, tobacco smoke, and mold pollen. In some instances, outdoor air pollution can make its way indoors by way of open windows. Now I'm going to talk about the pollution effects. We are already seeing the effects in the form of global warming, contaminated seafood, increased cases of lung diseases, and more. But now I'm going to talk about the specific air pollution effects. We release a variety of chemicals into the atmosphere when we burn the fossil fuels we use every day. We breathe air to live, and what we breathe has a direct impact on our health. Did you know that breathing polluted air puts you at a higher risk for asthma and other respiratory diseases? Well, when exposed to ground ozone for 6 to 7 hours, scientific evidence showed that the healthy people's lung function decreased and they suffered from respiratory inflammation. Air pollutants are mostly carcinogens, and living in a polluted area can put people at a risk of cancer. Coughing and wheezing are common symptoms observed on city folks. Damages the immune system, endocrine and reproductive system. High levels of particle pollution have been associated with higher incidence of heart problems. The burning fossil fuels and the release of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere are causing the air to become warmer. And also, the toxic chemicals released into the air settle into plants and water sources. This means that the animals eat the contaminated plants and drink the water. The poison then travels up to the food chain to us. So, I think that we cause most of the pollution, and we will suffer consequences if we don't stop.
Air pollution occurs when harmful or excessive quantities of substances, including gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, and chlorofluorocarbons, particulates, both organic and inorganic, and biological molecules are introduced into Earth's atmosphere. It may cause diseases, allergies, and even death to humans. It may also cause harm to other living organisms such as animals and food crops, and may damage the natural and or built environment. Both human activity and natural processes can generate air pollution. One of the main causes is the burning of fossil fuels. Sulfur dioxide emitted from the combustion of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and other factory combustibles are one of the major causes of air pollution. Pollution emitted from vehicles, including trucks, jeeps, cars, trains, airplanes, cause an immense amount of pollution. One of the main causes of air pollution is the burning of fossil fuels. Sulfur dioxide emitted from burning fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and factory combustibles, are one of the major causes of air pollutions. Pollutions emitting from vehicles, including trucks, jeeps, cars, trains, airplanes, can cause an immense amount of pollution. We rely on them to fulfill our daily basic needs of transportation, but their overuse is killing our environment, and dangerously, gases are polluting the environment. Carbon monoxide, caused from an improper or incomplete combustion generally emitted from vehicles, is another major pollutant with nitrogen oxides that is produced from both natural and man-made processes. The second is agricultural activities. Ammonia is a very common byproduct from agriculture-related activity and is one of the most hazardous gases in the atmosphere. Use of insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers in agricultural activities has grown quite a lot. They emit harmful chemicals into the air and can also cause water pollution. The third one is exhaust from factories and industries. Manufacturing industries release a large amount of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and organic compounds and chemicals into the air, thereby depleting the quality of the air. But manufacturing industries can be found at every corner on the earth, and there is no area that has not been affected by it. Petroleum refineries also release hydrocarbons and various other chemicals that pollute the air and also cause land pollution. 4. Mining operations. Mining is a process where minerals below the earth are extracted using suspended particulate matter, popular by its acronym SPM, is another cause of pollution referring to the particles approaching the air. SPM is usually caused by dust, combustion, etc. Disastrous effects of air pollution. 1. The respiratory and heart problems. The effects of air pollution are alarming. They are known to create several respiratory and heart conditions along with cancer, among other threats to the body. Several millions are known to have died due to direct or indirect effects of air pollution. Children in areas exposed to air pollutants are said to commonly suffer from pneumonia and asthma. Global warming. Another direct effect is the immediate alteration that the world is witnessing due to global warming, with increased temperature worldwide, increasing sea levels, and melting of ice from colder regions and icebergs. Displacement and loss of habitat have already simulated an independent disaster if actions for preservation and normalization aren't undertaken soon. 3. Acid rain. Harmful gases like nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides are released into the atmosphere during the burning of fossil fuels. When it rains, the water droplets combined with the air pollutants becomes acidic and then falls on the ground in the form of acid rain. Acid rain can cause great damage to humans, animals, and crops. Effect on the wildlife. Just like humans, animals also face some devastating effects of air pollution. Toxic chemicals present in the air can force wildlife species to move to a new place and change their habitat. The toxic pollutants deposit over the surface of the water and can also affect sea animals. Our hypothesis is that we believe that if we plant more trees in Monterey, the climate will change as they release oxygen into the atmosphere, and it will help clear out the air pollution, and it will also help the world as we are having a lot of problems as a lot of forests are getting destroyed for it to be built into cities or factories, and it will also help all the world.
Ecologist Guillermo Martínez Berlanga, director of Comité Ecológico Pro Bienestar, calculated the deficit in Monterey of trees, that is about 25 million. He assures that Nuevo León is the second place in the national pollution with the highest amount of particles, less than 10 microns in diameter, which can penetrate directly into a respiratory tract.
So, in conclusion, it is really important to keep this problem in mind since we need to solve it now, and because we are statistically a very polluted city, we are in the second place, and we have to contribute at least something to the environment. And our hypothesis was correct, but we need to plant 3.5 thousand hectares in